Hey everybody, welcome to Crime Rush, and we are back again today with an update on the story of the hour, the case of Thabo Bester, Nandipa Magurumana, and their 10 co-accused. But before we jump in, please remember to like, subscribe, and also hit that bell notification button so that you don't miss any updates. If you have not watched the full video of mine on the crazy story of Thabo Bester, please go and do so now and then come back to this video. So Mr. Thabo Bester and Mrs. Nandipa Magurumana, along with co-accused, were set to appear in court on Wednesday the 11th of October 2023. However, a few things happened. Now before I go deeper into their court appearance, I thought this was interesting. Now Thabo made a few complaints after he was captured in Tanzania along with Nandipa. His lawyer said that Thabo was being treated inhumanely in prison and that he was handcuffed and kept in his cell for long periods of time. But this is the complaint that grabbed my attention. Thabo claimed that they had numerous items on them, first worth billions, now he says worth millions, and that it was confiscated during his arrest. And ladies and gentlemen, I have the list of these items, so let's have a look. A marriage ring worth 350,000 Rand, a Louis Vuitton laptop bag worth 51,000 Rand, an HP laptop worth 41,000 Rand, a Samsung cell phone worth 40,000 Rand, an iPhone 14 Pro Max worth 36,000 Rand, a MacBook Pro 16 worth 34,600 Rand, a Samsung S23 worth 32,000 Rand, an iPad 16 worth 18,000 Rand, a MacBook Air 16 worth 12,500 Rand, a Burberry card holder and sunglasses worth a combined 27,000 Rand, Tom Ford glasses worth 9,500 Rand, and numerous watches, including 2 Rolexes worth more than R1 million. He also claims that he had a lot of cash in his possession. 295,000 South African Rands in cash, 36,000 US dollars in cash, 7.2 million Tanzanian shillings, 1.4 million Zambian kwacha, 500,000 euros, and 100,000 Swiss francs. Now you guys, come on. Now let's say Thabo is telling the truth for once in his life concerning this list. Thabo, you literally stole every item that you had in your possession. And the items you bought with stolen money. You don't need them in prison anyway. Or are you planning on running another sham company from behind bars? Now another interesting twist is about the book that has been published about Thabo Bester and all of his crimes. So many people, myself included, have been glued to this case because, let's be honest, it's crazy. Many of you have even mentioned in the comments that a movie should be made about it, and I agree. But Thabo and Nandipa don't feel the same way about this. In fact, NB Publishers, Ground Up News, and several booksellers received a letter of demand on Friday the 6th of October from the law firm Loubser & Loubser Inc. This letter was sent on behalf of Thabo and Nandipa, who are requesting a digital copy of the book, titled The Thabo Bester Story, The Facebook Rapist, The Celebrity Doctor, and The Escape from Cell 35. They wanted this copy by the 10th of October 2023. The book was written by Mauricia Damons and Daniel Stein, who, by the way, should receive a round of applause from all of us for their amazing journalism. If it wasn't for them, Thabo would still be free, roaming the streets of South Africa, and we would all still believe that he burned to death in his cell. The letter states that if they fail to provide this digital copy, Thabo and Nandipa will launch an urgent court application to interdict the publication of the book. Thabo and Nandipa state that they have not granted permission or authority to anyone to write or publish this book. They also said that nobody interviewed them, which concerns them because the story will not be accurate. The letter also states that Thabo would like to avoid being prosecuted by the media before the matter is concluded through normal legal processes. Thabo, it's too late for that. The whole world is talking about you and what you have done. And let me remind you, you already had a life sentence before you made your elaborate escape. You are staying in prison. Furthermore, Ground Up and NB Publishers commented, quote, "We fundamentally disagree with the startling claim that authors are required to obtain prior permission from the subject of a book on current affairs and maintain that all the standard protocols were followed in the compilation of the book." End quote. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Thabo and Nandipa demands royalties or something. The audacity of this man is astounding, really. The book will be available in bookstores nationwide from the 27th of October. I will definitely read it and support these two incredible journalists who uncovered this story. Now to get back to the court appearance that took place on Wednesday the 11th of October 2023. Now I know Thabo is going to prison, but I'm very interested to find out what the judgment will be for Nandipa and the co-accused who helped Thabo escape. But in another twist, while Nandipa was being transported to Bloemfontein Magistrate Court from Kroonstad Prison where she is being held, the celebrity doctor reportedly collapsed. She was treated by paramedics at the Park Road police station in Bloemfontein, and her lawyer confirmed that she had not been well since Tuesday and was examined by a doctor.
Look, we got a call yesterday, which we responded to promptly and pronto by going to the correctional center in Kroonstad. And upon our arrival there, we realized that she was not in a good space, in a good condition medically. But obviously I couldn't have diagnosed her. I'm not qualified to do so. I then requested further information from the medical, officers there. And then I actually requested to speak to the medical practitioner who consulted my client. I was told that I can't speak to her without following the protocols, and the protocols there is to see her in the presence of the area commission. I went there, I obliged, I went there, wanted to get more information in as far as that is concerned, because I got worried that if it's food poisoning, and I understood it to be something that was actually rife there at the time. I think from Monday or Tuesday, inmates complained of, some ailments that are associated with food poisoning. Now, from the discussion, because I wanted medical reports, I couldn't get one. I was told the medical reports will be, or information will be shared between Department of Justice and Correctional Services. So I left it at that, knowing fully well that she's not going to be appearing in court today due to her medical condition, only to be, taken by surprise in the morning, to be told that she was taken by force into a police van. I can tell you now, I tried to go see her in the cells. She's lying on the floor in the cells. That's the worst form of inhumane condition anyone can be subjected to.
Now this part makes me so angry. Charges have been dropped against 3 of the co-accused who helped Thabo Bester escape. Can you believe it? These people were in charge of keeping the prisoners locked up and keeping this country safe. I'm appalled that their charges were dropped. They need to be held responsible for their part in his escape and for putting innocent civilians at risk. Charges were dropped against Natasha Jansen, who opened the gates of the prison for Thabo to escape, and Tabang Matthews Meer and Muketsi April Ramalula. All charges against them were withdrawn, and the judge said they could, quote, stand down. I don't know about you, but I'm outraged by this. Of course, Nandipa could not appear in court after collapsing. Reportedly, arrangements are being made for her to appear in court virtually sometime in the future. But furthermore, Thabo Bester's trial is set to start in February of 2024. I will definitely be following it and doing an update as soon as more news is available on this matter. Now it is evident that we all have a lot to say about Thabo and all that is happening. I'm interested to hear your opinion on the book, the charges that have been dropped against the 3 co-accused, and what you think the sentencing should be for Nandipa. I really hope that justice will be served. My heart still goes out to the Bareng family, who are reportedly very frustrated with court proceedings. I'm also thinking of Nomfundo Tahulu's family. I'm sure they are also eagerly awaiting for justice to be served. But that's it for today's update. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It helps out the channel and it is much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe everyone.